We have one person who's not surprised, so I'm just checking in.
So let me formally introduce myself. My name is Jim Morningstar. My thoughts and my feelings shape my life. So let's look at how people's way of thinking and feeling influences their lives. So everything from scientific research to common sense shows that the quality of one's thoughts and feelings over the long run shapes the quality of one's life. As you thinketh, so are you, as the adage goes. Negative thoughts and feelings lead to negative results. Positive thoughts and feelings lead to positive results. So study after scientific study correlates positive affectivity with high measures of subjective well-being. Translated into English, it means happiness. So having a positive attitude is directly correlated to our happiness, and negative affectivity to low measures of well-being. So studies have also shown that positive attitude correlates more with positive events, and negative attitude correlates with negative events happening in one's life. Well, wait a minute. Couldn't you say that then perhaps it's when bad stuff happens to people that they feel bad and they get a negative attitude, and that people who have good stuff happen to them, well, of course, they have a positive attitude and are more successful in life. So it's all a matter of circumstance. Again, not what research shows. Research was done on people that had events happen to them that most people would say are positive, and other events that most people would consider negative. So the positive, winning the lottery. The negative, it's being involved in an accident which would leave one paraplegic or quadriplegic. Pretty universally, people would say, oh, I'd rather have this than that. But what happens is these people are studied who have these events happen to them in their life, is that after a year's time, their attitudes about life are pretty much the same as they were before the events themselves. Isn't that amazing? The social scientists coined the term hedonic treadmill. Means that we tend to trudge along in our life with our same attitudes towards it regardless of what happens to us. Events come along, surely they affect us for a while, but we tend to go back to our time-honored attitudes and feelings about life. The good news is that these attitudes can be changed, is that we're not stuck with them. They're not inbred. We can learn to shift those attitudes and make a difference, not only in our lives, but the lives of those around us. Now, it doesn't mean that it's easy to change our way of thinking or feeling or to master it. But it has been undisputedly demonstrated that one can master one's thinking and feeling and thereby influence not only their life, but the course of history. Note those cited earlier, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Gandhi, Cesar Chavez. We have our personal data on this. If I go into a situation with good attitude, I often get good results. Changing our attitude influences our feelings about the results and sometimes the results themselves. But we also know that this doesn't happen 100% of the time. If that was it, end of story, oh great, oh thanks Jim. Gee, I'm glad to hear that, now my life has changed. No, we know that this doesn't work 100% of the time. And there's good reason for that. We may not know what those good reasons are in our life right now. That's the purpose of our getting together and doing this work. There are things that we can't change, and trying to change them just frustrates us. So as the Serenity Prayer wisely advises, gain the courage to change what we can, accept what we cannot, and have the wisdom to know the difference. But regardless of the events in our life, we're 100% responsible for our thoughts and feelings, which shape our perceptions and attitudes, as well as our sense of well-being and happiness. So I may get fired and see it as the end of the world or as the beginning of a new life. Thus, principle number 2, creative thought. My thoughts and my feelings shape my life. We're going to learn together an essential tool in mind mastery, and that is the distinction between thoughts and feelings. This is bandied about in general culture, and without this distinction, there's a lot of confusion and miscommunication in life. So the feelings, mad, sad, glad, and scared, are different than our thoughts, our judgments. Let's look at the second handout. Our thoughts are mental judgments or evaluations. Examples of thoughts are, this is a chair. I like this chair. I don't like this chair. Everyone should sit on a chair in this class. That's a thought. So we judge our thoughts to be right, wrong, good, bad, attractive, or aversive. But these are judgments too. They're just more thoughts. They're not feelings. Feelings are emotional, felt experiences which often have thoughts attached to them. So a simple classification of feelings are sadness is life energy with the thought that I'm missing something. Anger is life energy with the thought I'm not getting what I want. Fear is life energy with the thought that I'm going to be hurt. Gladness, happiness, is life energy with the thought I'm in harmony with what I need and want. So a child can be tossed into the air and think it's the most exhilarating, exciting thing, or they can be scared stiff. It depends on their judgment of the situation. I was raised in a family where anger was not allowed. It did not exist. So I didn't know when I was angry. And I thought I was just a funny guy. Well, I was sarcastic. That wasn't so funny. My anger was coming out indirectly. It took me the willingness to expose and get feedback to recognize that, oh, there are things that I want that I'm not voicing. And in not voicing them, I'm building up and getting resentful. And then I'm starting to leak it off to other people. So my intention is that we all will get positive and useful feedback, either through directly working with a partner or in small groups, or just in hearing the sharing of other people. You know, people say, oh, I feel that no one respects me, for example. Well, technically speaking, that's a judgment about myself, that no one respects me. And what are the feelings underneath that? They could be I'm angry, or they could be I'm sad, or they could be I'm scared. If I can know what those feelings are and communicate them, then you're not just guessing what's going on with me or projecting on me. This is going to be part of what we learn about ourselves and what will help our communication, because so much misunderstanding comes in what's not said about our feelings. We're not talking about dumping feelings or blaming. That's blame. That's not feelings. We're not talking about projection. Your ability to own your feelings and clearly imagining having what you want and to feel that energy and communicate it is a major step towards getting it. This is putting your clarity and your passion together and aligning yourself for success. Okay? So, again, blessings to us all.